Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Panther Creek Picker channel. My name is Tim, and I know that I've been gone for a couple of weeks now, but for those of you who've been with me since the very beginning, I did mention that I do have a day job, and well, I've been very busy with that, and work has to really come first. Um, so uh, my wife, as you remember, doesn't want to do videos, and so if I don't have the time, I guess I can't do them. But we're going to try to keep going on the videos, at least on a weekly basis from here on out, and hopefully we're going to be able to keep doing that. So this week, what I have is I bid on a local auction. Now there are local auctions all over the United States. I know of some in neighboring states and some in this state as well. So the problem that I have is that I can't go to the auction house to inspect everything before I bid. So it's kind of, you get what you get. I'm going by pictures, and the pictures, to be honest, really aren't that good at times. And so I go on the pictures, I bid. If I get something bad, it's a loss. That's just the only way to put it, is that it's a loss. So we're gonna go through that stuff today. I haven't even looked at it yet. I do have somebody else picking the stuff up for me at the auction house, and all of this is going on while I'm working, so I have to get somebody else to pick it up for me, and they're kind enough to do so. And so let's go through. I haven't even looked. I haven't touched it yet. So we're gonna find out together if I made some good buys or not such good buys. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that I got is I got this Minnie Mouse. Basically, it's a costume for children. It says it's an exclusive at Walmart, but even though it is from Walmart, Walmart stuff does sell just as good as anything else, especially Halloween costumes. Halloween is coming up, so we should be. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask. So it's what it looks like here. So I'll ask $15, and if somebody says they'll give me 10, I'll take it. I paid $1 for this. So, and that's another thing that you're going to find out about me, is that I'm willing to sell things for less money. Basically, I sometimes buy stuff and I know there's not going to be a lot of profit in it, but if you do that enough times, well, that starts adding up. So I don't always go for the most high-end stuff. Sometimes it's just, what can I get at a low mark and get some money out of it, at least. So that's that. All right, we're going to save this box for just a few minutes. We'll go through this one here. This one here, it's an Old Navy khaki skirt, size 10. It says stretch, but I don't feel much stretch in it. But it says Old Navy. Yep, it's Old Navy. And I got this still new with the tags. You know, it's got all the tags on it. I got this also for $1. Next we have a pair of, it's like a pair of kind of dressy type pants here. Okay, L from Kohl's. They are new, again new with tags. So it's just a pair of black dress pants here, and they're very nice. So they're I paid $1 for this. Now the skirt, I don't, as you recall, I don't know about how much we'll get for each item, and this smells like smoke. That can drive the price down. That's another thing, when you buy it without seeing it, you can't pick it up like you can at say the Goodwill outlets, the bins people call it. So this, I'm not sure what I can get out of some of the women's clothing. That is my wife's category, and so she will. This one is a little bit of dirt on it. Okay, so now we have a pair of Dockers, size 6 medium. So this is women's as well, pair of Dockers, and just it's a cream, kind of a cream color, not your standard khaki. You know, a little bit lighter, I should say. A little bit smells a little bit like smoke on that too. And we have St. John's Bay, a pair of capris. And I forgot, I've already forgot, did I mention I paid $1 for these Dockers? And that's another thing about Dockers, no matter where you buy them from. Men's, I know about men's, I will not spend more than $1, and they have to have the tags on them, absolutely have to, because you just don't get more than $15 for them. And I don't know why either. It's like, you know, years ago they were very popular, and now they're kind of falling off. People still wear them. They just, it seems like the market just for reselling has not kept up with, you know, people wanting to wear them. So, and okay, the next one's these capris here, St. John's Bay. I paid $1 for these as well, brand new with the tags. And again, I'm not sure about, you know. Okay, so I'm smelling them here, and I don't smell as much smoke on here. So what I'm thinking is something in this box smelled like smoke, and it's transferring it to some of the other products. So I'm going to sit this on the side over here. Okay, so here's a couple of interesting things. I've never sold anything like this before. Just haven't really gotten into it. But this here is a record from New England. I'm not familiar with them, but it looks like a rock group. And I'm just not, so take a look and see. 1979 Infinity Records. So it is on the older side. So it does have a little bit of a, you see that right there, and a bit of a problem there. Originally sold for $8.50 back in '79 or '80, I'm sure. But this, the comps on it were okay. Were like sold ones right around the $15 range. So that's why I bought it. I got this for $1, and I guess I'm turning into one of those guys that goes to the auction and buys the stuff that nobody else wants, you know. But the comps are pretty good on this. All right, this one, the original. Oh, I should mention too, this is still sealed. The paper, the plastic is still on it. It's never been opened. So now we have another record, the Out of Bounds original motion picture soundtrack. Now, I'm not exactly familiar with this movie. 1986. It's funny, I should be. I watched a lot of movies in '86. It's either I don't remember it or I never watched it. This one here, the sold comps were right around $12, and that's why I bought this one for, again, $1. We'll get to some other stuff that I paid a little bit more money for in just a second. Well, let's do another dollar item here. This is kind of it's a GH Bass, or just, I always just call it just Bass. It's like a sleeveless vest type of a top here, and still new with the tags. Originally sold for $54. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near that, of course, but it's either holding it up in the light here, it's either an off, I think it's an off-white color, to be honest. It smells like smoke. Some of these clothes may have come from all the same place, to be honest with you. because you see that they all still have the tags on them, and so you see kind of a trend with some people will take stuff there and they'll, you know, here, it's a bunch of my stuff, I'm going to sell it. All right, we'll do the shoes first. These are a pair of Clarks. The box is in okay condition. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. These were advertised as brand new. Right, they came from Macy's, but they were advertised as brand new when I bid on them. Paid $6 for this pair of Clarks. So let's take a look at them. Okay, so they're not. See if I can get a little bit more. Nah, the lighting's not gonna. So you can check the bottom. So this does look absolutely brand new. Now, when you buy shoes, and for people who are new to reselling, or people who want to get into shoes, the one thing, and some of you are, they're gonna think this is not something you might want to do. You have to smell them. You know, so do they smell new? Do they smell like there's a problem, like foot fungus or something like that in the shoes? Because you don't want to be selling things like that. You want to be selling good quality stuff. So let's take it. They do smell new. So I do believe that these are still brand new, and we can list them as such. The box has seen its better days, but you know, that's okay. All right, so we got a pair of Anne Klein's. These shoes were also listed as brand new in the box. Let's take a look. They look very nice. Wow, they're not new. And I'll show you in just a second. So these are, they appear to be in very good condition, even the bottoms here, but I don't know if you can see it, but there are some, can I get it? Where is it? So you can see that there are some spots where the dirt has gotten into the tread, and one spot right, is it gonna show up? Yep, there it is right there. You see the dirt deeply embedded into the treads. The other thing that I see is the person who wore these liked to wear them without socks. And how you can tell, you can just kind of hold the shoe like this and look down in there. Something that's not going to really show up on the video. You can see the imprint of every one of their toes. And back here you see the imprint of the heel. I'm not sure if it'll show up. Yep, there it is. You can see that it's a little bit dirty there, and it does. You see right along the edges there too. So this is not new. The good news about it is I only paid $2 for this pair, and the fact that it didn't go up any higher kind of told me that something wasn't quite right. So as again, you want to. Okay, it doesn't smell bad, so that's good. On those Clarks, I think we can easily get $35, maybe $30. This is my wife's territory. I'm just gonna guess, but I'm gonna tell you this. I could be very wrong on this. This one here, because it's used, 20. If we can clean it up a little bit here, maybe 20. That's my guess. I'm really not sure about it, but might be 15. I just don't know. My wife is really good at cleaning up shoes, so hopefully we can get them cleaned up pretty good. Another one more pair of shoes here. They don't have a box. They are a pair of Nikes. They were advertised as like new. Okay, so it smells like smoke, so that's a minus. And we also have, it's a little dirty. It's not like new. The tread on the bottom. All right, you see all this stuff here? Okay, that's not dirt. It's worn off. It's very worn. It's very, very used. And it's not even close to like new. But I paid $2, and we'll get something out of them. We'll make, actually, even though it's that used, you'll be surprised. You can still make a profit on it if you don't pay much money on it. So this is not one of our better auctions. It really isn't. Sometimes we have really good luck at this auction. This time it's just not it. So, well, I'll show you this. This I bought for my own personal collection. This is a 1/24 scale NASCAR Tony Stewart. It's got the Coca-Cola advertising on it, and of course if you guys are fans of NASCAR, you know Tony Stewart drives the Home Depot car. And I have sold things from Tony Stewart before. I had a leather jacket. It was like a brushed leather jacket, and that was probably one of the quickest sales we've ever had. I bought it for it was $10. I got it for, in like new condition. So we listed it for $50, and it sold within 30 seconds. One of the best sales we ever had as far as speed. And yeah, so this paid $6 for it, but I'm keeping this car for my own personal collection. I have other cars around here as well, not just 1/24 scale. I have right up here's a 1/18 scale, 1/64, a couple of semis there. And so I mean I have a collection of NASCAR items. All right, now this one is very interesting. This whole box. All right, this is filled with, we'll go through one by one, but this is filled with children's clothing, advertised as 3T and 4T clothing, and it costs me $3 for this whole box. So let's see how much is in here. So this is this pair here, this little pair of jeans, Old Navy. It's pretty worn out, especially in the rear end here. So not sure if we'll be able to. Well, that's 5T. So not sure if we'll be able to, what we'll be able to do on this one. Okay, so we have like a rain jacket here, more for the spring. Pink platinum, size 4, and it's actually in really good condition. You know, it's pink. So we sold jackets for children before, $10 to $15. That one might be closer to the 15 range. We have another, it's a zip-up jacket, Athletic Works 5T. So we can see the pink trend here continuing, and this one here is not as nice as the first one, but certainly sellable. A lot of this stuff, when you come to children's clothing, you have to lot it up. You really have to. The Children's Place pair of jeans, it's in better shape than a 5T, in better shape than the first one. Got more jeans here. Queasy? Oh, 5T. So it's more jeans. Oh, there's a lot of jeans in here. Old Navy. 5 regular. Okay. But only paying, oh, what do we got here? Jordache. Okay, bibbed overalls. Bibbed overalls actually do pretty good. Might have to, maybe selling this one on its own. But when it comes to children's clothing, you really do have to lot it up. Otherwise, you just make nothing. But only paying $3 in this, it does make a difference. I mean, we got this one here has condition issues again, but oh, it's a hole in the. But people consider that trendy now, right? You know, so we got. All right, so this looks like a Faded Glory. Okay, a Walmart brand, extra small. Some condition issues on this one as well. You know, so this is something that we would. This would probably be the match to that, the bottoms. And yes, it is. So with the monkeys, but that again is something that I can see a bunch of sleepwear in here. Here's another pair of sleepwear with unicorns and rainbows on it, and it's don't see a brand on it. Okay, I don't see a brand on the bottom, so let's check the top. The top matches, and this is Chloe's Closet. So it's probably something that if the size 4, if the size is similar, we can lot them up all in just all the sleepwear together. Okay. This one also Mommy's little treasure, which is nice, but it's got some serious condition issues on this. Some of this stuff might just get put into a garage sale at a quarter a piece, you know. So this is a pullover sweatshirt, USA Olympic brand. It looks like, no, J.C. Penney. Okay, so I mean, it's not in the greatest shape, but when it comes to kids' clothing, it could have been used over and over again with cycling through other people's garage sales as well before it got to the auction. And for those parents out there, I'm sure you already know the power of garage sales and children's clothing. They outgrow it so fast. An Old Navy, extra small. It's got a hood on it, but it's sleeveless. So it's like I guess a vest, zip up with the hood. We've got our first pair of Oshkosh. Oshkosh Bagosh. It's a good brand. Size 5. Green. We see the knees are kind of faded. They're getting faded, but if you just feel it, it's not that bad. It's still got at least another child or two left in it. Wow, this box is never ending. It really is. So this again, the condition is not great. So but you can see how many things I'm pulling out of here, and even had a quarter a piece at a garage sale. We're already well into the profit on these. Extremely Me, size 4, so it's a little pair of shorts. And our first pair of leggings. I'm not sure how to even pronounce this. Circu or something like that with 5 T's. It's a pair of leggings. But they're also heavily stained, so something we probably are not going to be able to sell online. And another pair of leggings, same brand, same size. This one here is in a little bit better condition. Pair of the athletic pants type stuff here. Not even sure what the brand is on this one. Oh, there it is. Granimals 5T. I can't believe how many clothes are in this box. There's a sweatshirt with a unicorn on it, purple unicorn. Jumping Beans, size 4T. It's not in. We'll have to see if we can't get these stains out, because again, it's not in great condition as far as stains and stuff like that. Another Granimals 5T, but I can hardly complain for the price I paid for these, right? You know, $3 for all these clothes. You know, some are sellable, some aren't. That's just the way it's gonna be, right? I don't know if you guys don't, I guess, like seeing all this stuff, you can skip ahead. But this is the last thing that I really got at the auction. So another pair of leggings. Don't know the brand. We got a long sleeve shirt here. plain blue. Garanimals 5T. Total Girl size 5. Okay. Got some long sleeves on it and butterflies. Here we got one with some dancing ballet slippers. Gymboree size 5. Another long sleeve shirt. Another long sleeve. Another pink. And Garanimals size 5. You can barely make it out on the clothing. It's kind of worn. Hanes? Oh, interesting. Love blooms in the heart. Okay, it's got flowers on it. Sure. Cherokee, size 5. This would be a top, I think. Kind of a tie-dye pattern on it. Garanimals, size 5T. We got a pair of shorts. This might actually. There we go. There's a set, right? That's not really a set. Peanut and Ollie, size 5. So some of these brands, not in great condition on the hemline here, but some of these brands I haven't even heard of. But that's okay, you know. Strawberry shortcake, size 5, 4, 5, yeah. Pair of shorts. I've got some more jeans in here. Faded Glory 5T. It's got some staining on it. Does happen sometimes with children's clothing. Garanimals 5T. Another pair of jeans, Swift's Spirit. So it's got some embellishing on there. The bottom is showing some serious signs of wear. What is this? Pair of tights. Can't sell those really. Garanimals 5T. You know, for not actually seeing this, I didn't really understand how much was in here. Garanimals 5T again. So this is the last couple of them here. Something that could definitely be. These are in pretty good condition. These two. You know, take these two and then get some more. We can lock these together real easy. This is Marquette, Michigan. Kitty cats. It's got a bear on it. It's got some staining on the. Yeah, that's not going to come out. But as long as you're truthful when you list it, and tell them that it's got some staining, people still buy it. Hanes, 4 to 5. That's a sweatshirt. Garanimals 5T. Another long sleeve. So this is seems to be a lot of the cold weather or winter type stuff for their child. Baby Gap 5T. So that's probably Valentine's Day type of a shirt with the heart on it. We're almost there, I promise. Cat and Jack. So Target 4 to 5. And this is it's like a pullover sweatshirt, hooded. Get the hood out of the way there. There we go. It's got got a hooded sweatshirt, but the string is not in there anymore. Cherokee 5T. Two more. Gymboree. Heavy staining on this one, and that's unfortunate too. I mean, I don't know if I can show it to you on it doesn't really show up, but all over the front, this is white, and all over the front there's heavy staining on this one. I don't think that will come out. Jumping Beans, size 5. And we got this one here isn't that bad. It is actually. It's got quite a bit of heavy staining on this one too. So overall, some of it's gonna have to go into a garage sale right here at our house, and we'll put $0.25 on it for each of them. Some of this stuff is gonna be pulled to the side, and we're going to sell that online, and we're still gonna make quite a profit on this box with just the amount of stuff that was in there. Even if you take everything in there, multiply that by $0.25, we still made a profit, right? So if you take a look at all of this stuff that we got here, I would say, I'm gonna conservatively say we'll probably make $100 profit on it. And that will buy the car that I get for myself. And that's fantastic, isn't it? When you can do all this and make a profit and buy stuff, for yourself. So that's great. So that's the entire haul that I have. Did I get everything here? Yes, I did. So that's everything I got at the auction. Now, you win some, you lose some at the auction because of the fact that I don't go and look at it. So if I don't go and look at it, I don't know what it is really. And they have misrepresented stuff before, and I bought it, and sometimes it's worth nothing when I get it. And that's just the reality of doing it this way. For the people who live close and can go there and look at it and stuff, they wouldn't run into these problems that I do. So let's talk about one other thing on my mind right now. The show on A&E Extreme Unboxing has just come out. They've had 2 episodes already, and I did watch them both. It's a decent show, but some of the people on there are for you the people who are new to this. That's exactly why I'm mentioning this. For the people who are really new, some of the people on there have thrown out prices of how much they're going to get for things that have been inaccurate. I don't think they're doing it on purpose, but they'll get very excited in the heat of the moment and throwing out these numbers. They're on TV. They've never been on TV before, maybe. And so I sat there watching it with my wife, and I told her as soon as that number came out of their mouth, I told her, nope, it's too high. And she said to me, how do you know? So I did what every reseller does. I pulled out my phone and I brought up the sold comps. Now, here's the thing. There's a difference between what people are asking for something and what people are getting for something, okay? Now, if they're saying they're going to ask this, well, you can't really say this is how much profit they're getting. And that's another thing too. There's no profit unless you sell it, and everybody knows that. But you gotta go by the sold comps. What are people selling it for? And unfortunately, they were about 150 bucks off, which, well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They're about $100 off, because I did see one that sold high. Yeah, but the majority were selling, at this price. And I'm not going to mention what item it is and things like that. It's not my intention to be bashing these people. I'm just saying, if you're new, you have to remember that even me, it's like I've thrown out some numbers here, right? I could be wrong. I really could be. So some of the stuff, I'm sure I'm going to be pretty close. But, I'm not going to be right on everything. Nobody's right on everything. If that were true, I'd be making a whole lot more money, right? So I just wanted to caution you about watching shows like that. Okay, it's a great show if you want to watch it. I mean, it's entertaining, and that's what a show is meant to be. So, some of you out there who have watched the show, maybe you can tell us if you like it and what you like or dislike about it. I'm not saying that I dislike these people doing this. That's not what I'm saying, But I have seen on the show too, where they're telling you how much it's worth. They show it right on the screen. They're not looking at the sold comps. They're looking at the listed ones. So whether they get that price or not, they might not, So enough about that. I just want to make sure that the people who are new, don't take that and say, I'm going to run out and buy a whole bunch of these things. I just don't want you guys to lose money. You still have to do your homework on anything that you buy. And that can take time, I know. But shooting from the hip, I've done it. Sometimes it don't work out very good. And that's just the reality of shooting from the hip, if you want to call it that. So the other thing too is that I was hoping to get a couple of new cases in here over the last couple weeks, and it's been really interesting, to be honest. I found this case, sporting goods type of, that's basically what it was, sporting goods, and that's right up my alley. I love sporting goods, but I still had to do my homework. So I'm looking everything up. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to pay this much for it, I have to get this much for it. So I'm looking everything up, what it's been selling for, and I get to the last item. Okay, I look it up. All right, I think I'll buy this case. So I go back. It's already gone. That's happened to me twice in the last 2 weeks, that I've been looking up, going through the list, finding out what can I get for this, and it's been gone. So unfortunately, I don't have anything that I can show you as far as those cases in the near future. I'm still working on it. I'm still looking at a couple of them, and the price has to come down. It just does. That's the other thing too. Know your limit. Where do I want to come in at to be comfortable with what I think I can make on it? And as I say, think you can make on it. You don't always get what you want, and sometimes it takes a lot longer to get to get a sale at all. I bought this case one time. It had these they were shower curtains, the outer fabric one, and they had like a weave on it, and I'm not kidding you either. The comps, the listed comps, and this was when I was new to buying from liquidation companies. So what people were listing it for was $70 each. Okay, there were 4 of them in there, and I'm thinking, this is great, right? Okay, it didn't work that way. I got very little out of it. Actually, I got about 15 bucks each out of them, and it did take a year plus to sell them. So that's the other thing too. Know the products and how much do they sell. Things like bed sheets and things like that could take a while to sell, and as you're evaluating these cases, when you're new, especially when you're new, you want to make sure that you're getting something. If you want to, something that, you know, you may want stuff just to have a different product mix in your store or something, and that works too. Right now, that's what I want to do. We have a lot of clothing, and 99.9% of clothing. I want to expand that product line. I want to include other things, but it's been difficult finding stuff, and that's just the way it is. So as a new buyer of liquidation or anything like that, be very patient. Even if it depends on how much of a gambler you are. Like, I'm not much of a risk taker, okay? So my risk tolerance is, it's kind of a little bit lower, right? If your risk tolerance is way up here, then you might buy a lot of stuff that I won't even consider. My risk tolerance is a little bit low. Now, here's the thing. Gamble big, win big, right? Sometimes. Also, gamble big, lose big. That you got to remember that part of it too, okay? So I'm a little bit lower on the risk. So I'm much more patient with where I'm going to buy into something. And if you're new and you don't have a lot of money to invest into this, that's where you really got to be careful. You be very patient, and that's really my advice to you, if that's the way you are. When we started, it was when we first got back into it, after a long break. We were selling the stuff out of our own home. What did we have that we are not using? And as a matter of fact, I got a couple of things that I do have to list that we're not using anymore. It's been sitting in this closet here for a very long time, and it's actually a couple of potty chairs for children, and people buy those used. Well, of course, you clean them up, you know. They're clean, but they've been sitting in this closet for years, and it's time to pull them out and get them to somebody else who can actually use them. But yeah, you just whatever you got around the house is how we started, and I'm sure a lot of people start that way as well. And then you build and build and build and build, and finally we're at the point now where I can get a significant amount of stuff. All I gotta do is find it, right? Which is not always the easiest thing. And so I think I've been kind of rambling on for quite a long time, and that, for those of you who know me, I do that. I will start talking about something and I won't shut up. But we're gonna call it the end of the video right here, and thank you to all you guys for joining me today, and also to all the new subscribers. Thank you very much, and thank you to all of the subscribers who've been subscribed for a while now, and we're happy to have you here and joining us as we go on this journey of picking. I guess I would love to do sold videos for you guys, but I'm just never around. The stuff has to get sent out. We can't when people buy it, it's theirs. We got to get it out to them. So I'm just not around when that happens, and so I can't do those at this point. But thank you for joining us, and I'll see you on the next one.